This is free. The mixer's
Wait, hold
free.
on, hold on, hold on. Did it come through?
Someone's knocking at the door. That's
It
what it
didn't
sounded
come
like.
through.
It was like,
This week on Positively Godless.
We're gonna put another one of those in.
I never get to do the intro.
Merry Christmas, everybody. That's what we're going to talk about tonight. A whole
Yay!
lot about Christmas. We discover which side of the fence I fall on for Christmas. We'll have that conversation, as well as discussing some other minor topics like our favorite Christmas songs. And Scott has issues again in this episode.
I go on mute for 3.5 hours while these two talk about retail.
And Rubik's Cube.
Merry Christmas. It's funny now, ain't it?
Why did you have to say that?
Crazy. Over under feeling crazy. It was no wonder you're just making me crazy.
All right, that's enough before we have to pay royalties. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Positively Godless. Merry Christmas.
Church.
I'm too excited. What'd you say?
Like a fart in church.
Hey everybody, I'm one of your three co-hosts, Tyler Sulander, joined by Jess Jerry and Paul Ridgway. How are you guys doing tonight?
I'm sick. Paul Ridgway.
You had to do that. Let me see if I get this right. Tyler Scott.
Yay!
I was hoping like
Did I
you'd
get it right?
You got it right.
Woohoo!
Good
There's
job.
Unlike the Rubik's Cube that I can't solve,
Oh,
even with the assistance of an online video tutorial.
oh, that's absolutely awesome. Good job. I'm so proud of you,
You
Jerry.
do realize that the online tutorial doesn't know exactly where you're at as far as solving the puzzle, right?
Well, that's why I do everything exactly the way it is in the tutorial. Well,
So
at least-
you mixed it up to match the tutorial?
yeah. Mhm.
Oh, God.
It's not that hard, actually. I can get
And you're
it
not
to
solving it.
I can get it to where the whole white side is one all completed, and then around it, both of these, like both rows, and then I just have the last row and this side, and that's where I get effed up.
Ladies and gentlemen, 52 seconds in, and we are off the tracks. Completely derailed already. How's everybody doing? You excited for Christmas? Yeah.
I'm beautiful. I'm excited for Christmas, but I'm not ready for Christmas.
We haven't shopped at all.
Yeah.
We're going to go on Saturday.
Not ready either.
Oh, well,
We
good.
don't care.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So-
No,
Alright.
I'm not that big of a holiday person, and we'll get into that. We're gonna talk about Christmas tonight. But first, let's talk about last week. Gee, thanks God.
I think it was a good episode.
Yeah. We had some comments, as usual, and head case
Sorry.
chimed in here, and quite a bit of commentary here, but I'll read the first part. First off, Scott, my condolences to you for the loss of your friend. It's always hard to lose someone you know and care about, but like I told Jerry, take those good memories and hang them on the self of good health and good times. Visit that self often because that's the true purpose of life. That's what makes life worth living. I'm not going to go into a history lesson here, but let's make sure it's clear that the entire World War II thing was not because Hitler wanted to roast Jews in ovens. It's nowhere near that simple, which I totally agree. We talked about that for a while last week, and I was not trying to simplify it down to just that, and there were obviously many, many other geopolitical and racial motivations that went along with it, but I think one of the points of our discussion was the fact that 6 million Jews died, and that was pretty awful. So, and then the last paragraph just goes into Trump, which
an unsuspecting Nana.
What, Scott? Why did you do that?
I didn't mean to. Sorry, I'm trying to load up comments, and this is uploaded.
Is
sorry.
your headphones not plugged in?
Yes, they're plugged in.
Okay.
Anywho, once again, this week we are recording on Tuesday, and as we speak, the Republican debate is going on, and already Trump has stood by his trying to keep all Muslims out of America plan, and that's just, yeah. Trump is starting to fall into that category of what's her face and what's his name, the people that I don't even want to bring up, and you guys know who they are.
Oh yeah.
I just don't want to. I don't want to give them any more airtime. Like I said last week, Trump. It's gone on. Long, and it's not funny anymore. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yes, please.
So
sorry, Donald.
But anywho, moving on. Ryan Thomas. I don't know if we've ever had a comment from Ryan before. But, guys, I love your intention, but I think you need to either have more of a structure or more guests. Up to you. But I think that would increase the entertainment value. You guys have a good foundation to grow from. Smiley face. Thank you, Ryan. Unlike some other comments that we've received in the past, actual constructive criticism. So
right.
Definitely take that into consideration for sure. That's kind of what we were trying to go through with more of the segments and things like that to kind of structure the show a little bit more between like the intro with recap and comments and that stuff, and then having a few segments rather than just the one long kind of barrage where we get derailed and all of that kind of stuff. But we're still working on it. So thanks for the comments, and still working on guests, correct, Scott?
Yeah, I want to just address Ryan as well. I want to say thank you because not only did you just say, I love your intention, but you actually gave us, like Tyler said, some constructive criticism to make our show better for you, rather than somebody writing positively boring, which we've gotten in the past. It doesn't do anything for us at all. We can't change if we don't know how to change it or improve. So I want to say thank you. As far as guests go, yeah, I'm still continuously working on guests. Michelle Bachman's so close that her husband at least knows who we are. So he'll be friending Jerry soon.
Is that a gay comment?
Not towards you.
Jerry, I think you just got outed.
Yeah.
I'm not gay, like Michelle Bachman's husband.
So,
Jerry, do you have the comments up?
Yes.
Do you want to get Steve's?
Yeah, only because I don't know if you guys saw, but I responded to it and then deleted my response to it. I don't know if you saw that. That's why I started laughing. When
Your response is still there.
Yeah, I still see the response.
I don't see it.
Someone got to the end.
Yeah, no. That was a completely different response.
Oh, okay.
So Steve says, just Jerry did not pull his lips and stick his tongue out at the end. Great video, guys. But thanks, Steve. But
Thanks,
here
Steve.
is what I wrote originally. I said, do I pull my lips? I don't know that I do that. I'll have to look for it. And
That's pretty funny.
And then it wasn't until I actually watched the episode and watched the end where I said, hey, if you made it to the end, tell me what I'm doing right now. And I went like this.
You should have left that in.
It was there for 2 hours.
That would be funny.
It was there for 2 hours. And then I said, oh, snap, I'm an idiot. And I did it, And please let's not forget about Adam because he thought we almost forgot about him last time.
I think we should have waited till Adam, till the end of the show. Just kidding, Adam. Just joking.
But Adam says we should do an episode about street epistemology. I guess that's those people on the boardwalk with the megaphones and they're saying rah 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 rah, and then And your thoughts on Peter Boghossian's A Manual for Creating Atheists. You might be able to have Anthony, whoever that is, on to talk about it with you.
Definitely look into that. Thank you, Adam.
Yes, I will. We'll have to read this book, and then we can. Because I don't want to speak about something I have absolutely no clue about. But at least when we talk about stuff here on the show, I kind of have heard something and formed an opinion from whatever news or article or whatever source that I've read. So,
all right, I got one more thing here. Is that cool?
Oh yeah. You said that.
So, when the show posts or airs on Sunday, I view it. And then I post it to multiple Facebook groups just to get our name out there and stuff like that. I wasn't going to talk about this until this conversation got a little lengthy. So I'm going to try not to read the whole conversation, but it is pretty hilarious. This comes from Paul Rosenberger. I hope you don't mind knowing that long before you expect to die, you'll be nothing but fertilizer, thanks to which you deny. So I said, well, I'm well aware. Thanks for the comment. Please comment on the YouTube page, which is youtube.com/positivelygodless or facebook.com/positivelygodless. Or you can email us at positivelygodless@gmail.com. Or don't forget about us on Twitter at pgodless. No, I did not put that in the thing. I just wanted to make sure we got that in there. Hi, Gavin. Anyway, you guys still with me?
Yep.
Okay, good. So I said, comment on the YouTube so we can discuss the comment on air. I may not remember to do so, blah, blah, blah. He was like, not a chance. You don't think I'd be a hypocrite and give you some kind of support? I wouldn't waste my time, not even with a thumbs down, okay? So, of course, I have to point out, yet you take your time to comment twice. And he says, I saw the sign of the door, Christian. I said, yeah, he says, I saw the sign of the door, Christian atheist debate. Did you notice it also? So this kind of goes on and on. But my point is this. What's the point in commenting on something that you're never going to watch and call our show positively demonic, which we don't even believe in demons anyway? So that's asinine and butt backwards, if I can say butt rather than ass. We've said ass before. So that I just wanted to kind of point that out. That's the kind of trolls that we have sometimes, and I think it's funny. So I just wanted to point that out to Mr. Rosenberger that yes, you get a little bit of a segment of your embarrassment. Thank you.
It's the internet.
I know, but it's funny.
And we knew that we were going to get stuff like this when we started.
Yeah, I'm not butthurt. Did I
I'm
say it
glad
right?
you're not. I'm gled you're not because I didn't
So,
get the form. So,
that's right.
um, so yeah, just whatever. At this point, after what we had the past, the past episodes, a few episodes ago, I'm just like, whatever. Let them say what they want to say,
Oh yeah.
and we'll just focus on the people who do want to talk to us and the people who do watch our show and the people who do enjoy it and providing a good quality show for them.
Yeah, I don't mind the haters. I just think it's funny that people take their time out of their day to debate about a subject that they know nothing about. That's what boggles my mind.
You mean Republicans?
That too. Chris Christie, I'm still pulling for you, buddy. Still pulling for you. I have a donut for you.
Wow.
Sorry. I'm sure he gets his own donuts.
So what else do we have to talk about, Tyler?
Probably, oh man, Chris Christie. Whew. All right, so tonight's main topic, Christmas. That's coming up. By the time this comes out, it'll be what, 5 days until Christmas?
5 days, yeah. And no show next week, by the way.
No show next week, and possibly not the week after, but we'll see.
What?
We'll just just anyway. So Christmas is coming up as well as.
Do I not get informed on this stuff?
Well, I thought we weren't having anything until
so. I thought that we could kind of talk a little bit this week, just kind of about Christmas tradition and what we go through and all of that kind of stuff as non-believers, and how the non-believer side of us affects, or if it doesn't affect at all, the side of us that celebrates Christmas / the holidays. And we have gone in, for those of you that have been with us the whole time, we've deviated off into topics regarding Christmas songs, regarding saying Merry Christmas versus Happy Holidays, but I just thought we'd kind of revisit it since we never really went that in depth, but some things have been touched on here and there. And so I was just curious, because I was thinking about it over the last few days of we had a Christmas party over the weekend for the kids to do presents and all of that kind of stuff, and how it affects you guys, and maybe how things have changed over the years. Scott and I coming from, I guess, believing households and that kind of background, and maybe how that's changed over the years, and Jerry, where you stand with it, and maybe even how your massive amount of time, like me, in retail has affected your holiday spirit. Because I know it's definitely affected mine, and I can talk about that too. But, I mean, those factors too.
I'll just mute during that segment.
But what do you guys do for Christmas? I mean, it's technically it's a Christian holiday. What are you guys doing?
Well, I mean, I don't celebrate Christmas as a Christian holiday, even though it is the birth of Christ, which we all know is in June and not December. And that he was Southern, so he has light hair, not dark hair, and blue eyes.
Huh? That's Fabio.
Anyway. No, I mean, I think in general, that part of Christmas, or the meaning of Christmas, whatever you want to call it, has been so distorted to be all about the commercialism and everything like that, which I don't really necessarily partake in either. Obviously, I get gifts for my husband and my family and my niece and my nephew and everything, but I'm not. To me, it's more just about, I like the tunes. I like Jingle Bells and Jingle Bell Rock and Sleigh Ride and all that stuff. And we did discuss my favorite Christmas song earlier in another episode. And just having that time with my family and seeing everybody in for whatever brief, short period of time in a better mood and, just excited for a new year and, a way to start over fresh and do new things. So, yeah, it's not about the holiday for me. It's about just the family and the friends and everything like that.
Nice.
Thanks.
I'm boring. I'm boring.
Well, yeah, we know this.
That's true. So, we just do the standard. We go to my in-laws on Christmas Eve, which is exciting this year because, gosh, this is going to be the first Christmas Eve that I spent with Gavin in over 10 years, which is kind of cool. So Jerry and I talked about that offline, but so yeah, it's Gavin's going to be with us, so he gets to wake up Christmas morning because I miss those times. Yeah, he's 12, doesn't really buy the Santa Claus anymore.
La 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 la.
I wasn't done. Doesn't buy the Santa Claus gifts anymore because, like Milk cookies, because he's just concerned that Santa is just way too fat. That's what I meant. Mm-hmm. You can't interrupt me.
Santa's perfect.
This is a 12-year-old just concerned for the health and heart of Santa.
Jerry just likes a little meat on the bones, that's all.
Go ahead, Scott.
Continue. I have so many comments that...
Don't derail.
I'm not going to. Tyler started it. A stupid mic stand. Anyway. What? So that's what we get to do. It's then Christmas Day, we bite the bullet, go to my parents' house and open gifts, and not saying bite the bullet, not that they're going to watch the show. They're going to ask me to say grace and...
Well, that's the side that I wanted to hear from you. Because not to out your in-laws, but they are non-believers as well. So
they have said on occasion when we've been into a church saying, "Do you think the building's going to burn?" Your in-laws. They have my in-laws. Yeah, my in-laws are awesome.
Okay, so they're non-believers.
They are non-believers. So
but your side of the family.
My side, they're not evangelicals. They're Catholics. They don't go to church every Sunday, but hey, it's the birth of Jesus. Let's eat or buy stuff that I don't have a receipt for, or something like that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. But yeah, that's the difference between my family. You have Christmas Eve, hardcore liberal for the most part. Christmas Day, you pretty much have a Trump supporter, which will be brought up, I'm sure.
I have decided this year that I am not talking about politics or religion with my family. And it's only really on my mother's side of the family because we don't do Christmas at my mom's house until like after Christmas because my two uncles and their families and stuff. So we do it like a separate day, like a random Saturday. It might be the Saturday after Christmas. But yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just going to keep my mouth shut.
Is that something that would normally come up?
Oh, it always comes up. There was a point where I didn't for a long time like have a relationship with my mom, so like I had a bunch of years that I wasn't there, and then my one uncle who's a lawyer, I came one year and he was there, a couple years, and then it was finally, I don't think it was last year, I think it was the year before. It was the year Rich and I got married, so 2013. And we walked in and he was there and he's like giving me this great big hug, like, we're long lost buddies or whatever. And I said, "Oh, you haven't met my husband, Rich?" He goes, "Why do you have to say your husband?" I said, "Because he's my husband. We're married." And he's like, "Well, not in Pennsylvania." I said, "Well, yeah, technically we're legally married in all 50 states of the United States after the Supreme Court ruling." And he's like, "Well, I'm just not ready for a husband." Well, get ready for it because he's my husband. And there was, I don't know if you remember, there was some college, I don't know if it was a professor, I think it was a professor or a high school teacher who was teaching in a Catholic high school that got married and was basically told that he either had to get divorced or resigned. So to keep his job in a Catholic school, he had to get divorced because he couldn't be married to a man. So he had to get divorced.
Which is against the Christian doctrine.
Both, apparently, yeah. So, and then they were talking about that, and I'm like, okay, so holy matrimony is your religious right. He's never entered into holy matrimony. He had entered into a civil contract between him and another person that is recognized legally by the state and the federal government. So, I just don't want to talk about it. I'd rather sit there silent rather than talk about anything. And there's other things that we can talk about, So,
Fair enough.
I just decided I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to engage that conversation.
Do you put up a Christmas tree?
I do put up a tree, yes. It's lovely. It's purple bows and balls and
balls.
What are you, two?
You laugh too.
Yeah, but every year we put our tree up later and later. It's not even up. Oh God, the apartment. It's such a mess right now.
You have 10 days till Christmas.
Yeah, but if it was up to my husband, it would go up on Christmas Eve. But we're not even ever here on Christmas Eve. Like, we're not here. I usually am working, which this year I'm not. But I'm usually working, and then I come home and grab our gifts and go to my sister's house, and then we stay overnight. And then on Christmas Day, we go to his boss's house. So we're never here on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So, yeah. So, no, we don't have our tree up, nothing like that. We haven't sent out our holiday cards yet. Oh my goodness.
But now that's interesting that you called them holiday cards.
Good segue. But we haven't heard from you yet, Tyler.
Well,
but that's okay. We can come back to you.
No, I'm just this whole thing is just more of a dialogue than anything else. I think it's interesting how nowadays we have made such a shift and everybody refers to things in such different ways, I guess. I mean, when I was growing up, and again, who knows, maybe this was just because I was in suburban Minnesota, but everything, it was always Merry Christmas. There was no Happy Holidays, which again I don't have a problem with. I don't have a problem with either way, and this is a whole nother thing I kind of wanted to talk about. But how, as non-believers, does that play a part at all in the things that you say around the holidays and around, again, here I'm trying to be all-encompassing for a purpose. Because obviously there's Christmas and there's Hanukkah and there's New Year's and there's all sorts of all the other stuff that I'm forgetting as well. But what do you guys do?
I said holiday.
Say? Yeah, go ahead.
I said holiday cards just because they're usually Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, so it's like 2 holidays. It's not like we don't send a Christmas card and a Happy New Year card, so.
Sure, but who sends a Happy New Year card?
I don't know. I'm sure there's some freaks out there that send Happy New Year cards.
Hey, you just got our Christmas card a couple of days ago, but here's one about the new year.
I want to meet the couple that sends a picture with the Happy New Year card.
Of them dressed as Baby New Year.
Baby New Year.
Yeah. So yeah, we're so behind on all of that stuff. It's terrible.
No, but that's where I didn't know if you had said that because it was, so your guys' cards actually say Merry Christmas. They don't say Happy Holidays.
Right. Okay. And if they do say Happy Holidays, we write Merry Christmas in there or whatever.
Sure.
I think it's just so ingrained in me because of all my time in retail, 22 years in retail and food service, where
Why do you have to keep doing that?
I'm not intentionally doing that. It was my phone. I was turning off the ringer.
Where
not
everybody
the ringer, the media. Sorry.
Where everybody just said Happy Holidays, and it's like, I don't know that it's so second nature to me, I think, at this point, that I don't know that I could say Merry Christmas to anybody and feel comfortable saying Merry Christmas to them, not knowing if they're going to receive. I told you, people do it.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
They sure do.
Oh, God.
I was invited to a Christmas party, and that was on Facebook, and that was one of the photos that was attached to the Christmas party, suggesting that everybody come and take pictures posed like that. An old or a Christmas party for some friends that used to work with at Apple. So sense of humor abound.
Here I thought I was gay because I wanted to send Christmas cards with me and my husband and our cats, one of which happens to be transgender.
Your cat's transgender?
My cat was transgender before it was cool.
You don't remember that episode? Oh no, Scott was drunk during that episode.
I was drunk. I was annihilated.
Anywho, all right.
Well, I don't want to take any heat from that transgender before it was cool comment. It was just a joke.
It was already in a previous episode. Doesn't matter. So sorry, Jerry. I didn't mean to cut you.
No,
off.
It's fine.
I just, yeah, and we can segue into our retail experience and how that's damaged us. But Scott, as far as you guys go, to just back up a little bit, I mean, Christmas tree decorations. Do you guys say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays? Do you have cards? I mean, like, what's going on?
We don't do a card. We've talked about doing cards for, since 2 years ago. We put up the Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving. That's kind of our thing here in the Lawrence household. So we kind of get all that done, and just so we don't have to worry about it. And then we take it down.
Tree, not a holiday tree.
It is a Christmas tree, and I do proudly say Merry Christmas. If you don't like it, tough. And some people are like, "Why do you say Merry Christmas? You're an atheist."
Well,
It's
what
okay.
else are we gonna say? I guess Happy Holidays, but I mean, besides that, like,
Yeah.
Merry fake Jesus' birthday.
Well, it's not only that. Not to go back to Seth Andrews, who's like my little hero, but he made a really good point regarding Merry Christmas. Do you enjoy Saturdays? Does that mean that you're praying to the moon Saturn? Do you enjoy Thursday? You're praying to Thor. That's how the days of the week were named. So you don't really have a dog in the fight. I mean, let me back up. I mean, let's say if it's a Muslim, right? And because they have, I don't know the names of what they wear, so excuse me, regarding Muslim women. If I would probably say happy holidays to them, right? So they're not offended. I can't say happy Kwanzaa or whatever because kind of generalize it. But if for anybody else, hey, Merry Christmas.
But if it is a different religion, wouldn't it be appropriate to, like, I mean, if you're talking to a Jew and you said Happy Hanukkah, like, it isn't that, I mean, I would view that personally as being completely appropriate because that's what they celebrate, and that, I mean.
But everyone's so worried about being PC. It's almost like.
Yeah, so you're saying you're worried about being PC?
Well, I'm not, but I mean, if someone's obviously a Muslim, right? I may say Happy Holidays versus Merry Christmas. I mean, I don't walk around just saying Merry Christmas, everybody. I really don't do that. But if I'm if someone says Merry Christmas to me, there we go. If someone says Merry Christmas to me, I'll say it back to them. If they say Happy Holidays to me, I'll say Happy Holidays back to them. I'm not going to be correcting anybody at all because, one, it's rude. Because how much of a jerk would I be if if someone said Merry Christmas, like Happy Holidays? That's like giving the finger to them. It's rude. But generally, yeah, Merry Christmas.
All right, fair enough. I mean, most of the time when we're discussing different things and having opinions, there is a right and a wrong, and Scott's usually wrong. But I mean, with this, there's no right or wrong. It's just come on, Scott. That was a little jab at you. Come on.
I have it on mute, so I don't cuss you out.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to, lighten things up a little bit. Have a little fun with it. That's the holiday spirit. That's, everybody get in the Christmas spirit, Tuesday. Right?
I feel like, Tyler, that
every Tuesday. Well, I'm sorry, Jerry.
I feel like, Tyler, Scott, don't be butthurt that we pick on you. If you're butthurt that we pick on you, start picking on us back.
I will, fatty.
Oh, I'm not fat. I'm not fat.
I was talking to Tyler.
Wow.
See, I
Jerry,
can
continue.
See, I feel like you're like really into Christmas. And I mean, like, just so everybody knows, I mean, you and we didn't meet until we recorded our first episode. So,
well, yeah, technically, yeah.
So
we did have one recording session beforehand where we kind of tried things out, but
yeah, that's right.
But that's a good segue because that's where I was going next.
Because you seem like you're all into it, and I don't know because we've never really had like Tyler.
Okay, sorry.
Like because we've never been in the same room together. and we've been communicating now for almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
And so, first of all, this is the first time at Christmas time I've seen you, and you just seem like this is your thing. You love Christmas, you're into everything about it, and you're excited. I can see it in your face. You look like a 5-year-old. Like, well, I can't wait for
You
Christmas. I can't wait for Christmas.
you could see it in my face.
Yeah, you look a little more excited for like
No,
right
this
now.
is this,
And
this is a very very good segue because I want to. This may be the spot where Scott kind of just goes on mute for a little bit. But Scott, if you want to chime in, you go right ahead.
I'm really debating if I'm
But
going to switch out mic stands right now because mine's broken. I have it just resting here on the piano.
just leave it there on the piano for tonight. Worry about it
Yeah,
later.
I'm going to.
Anyway. No, but yeah. Anyway, so it's a really good segue for me to get into how different things shape our current opinions and all that kind of stuff. And I would just like to start off by saying I hate Christmas so much.
You need to bleep there.
oh, why do you have
I-
to always say that?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's that, like, for Scott, his go-to is the C word. My go-to is the F word. I'm sorry. All right. Where to begin?
At the beginning.
Oh boy. I hate Christmas. I hate the holiday season in general, from start to finish. From probably, I'm gonna say, November 1st until January 2nd. You could just wipe those 2 months off the calendar every year, and I would be so freaking happy. All right, so maybe I'm overdoing it a little bit, but the other night we Sam and I were sitting on the couch and we were talking about Christmas and everything that is going on and going back and forth, and she is like grilling me about, why do you hate Christmas so much? Why do you hate the holiday season so much? It's just like, you're bringing me down. You're just, I'm so excited. The kids are so excited, and you're bringing everything down. And we talked through it a little bit more. It was like a mini therapy session. And basically, I think what it comes down to is that I think I have the equivalent to some sort of PTSD from all of my years in retail. And I honestly think that is like the biggest part of where it stems from. Spending 15 years in retail over the holiday seasons, and my first job, to let you guys know, my first job I got in at the beginning of October in 2000. And so the start of the Christmas season, really. And from there on forward until a year and a half ago, I was a part of the whole retail environment, and it was awful. So I hate it. 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 I hate
Well,
it.
you did also work for, and I don't know if this was at Christmas time, one of the biggest stores that people would shop in for a product for Christmas.
Yes.
When you worked at Apple.
Yes.
Did you work there at a Christmas?
I worked there for 7 Christmases. Yes.
Oh snap. Okay.
Yep. And I worked at Target for 8 Christmases.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
uh-huh. So between 8 Christmases at Target and 7 Christmases at Apple,
Right. So I could see.
I had my fill.
Right.
Have you ever been into an Apple store any time between November 1st and January 2nd?
No, but I mean, I've seen them. I mean, and they're just as crazy as any other time of the year. But I can imagine. I can imagine people are like, "I want the iPad," blah blah blah, and your response is, "Well, we don't have any." Well, why don't you have it? You're blah 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 blah. You know, it's like, I get it. You know, I understand. I that's not what I thought. I thought you were like, "Yay, Christmas!"
Oh no! Have you guys ever seen the meme of Fry from Futurama holding the money, and he's just like, "Somebody take my money." That's basically like what the holiday season at Apple is. It's just people standing around waiting for somebody to take their money. Like, somebody please help me and take my money. Like, all I want to do is pay for this and get out of here. It's awful.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Like, people are just like, they don't want to stand in line, they don't want to wait, they don't want, they want everything immediately. This goes back to when I said it before on a previous episode. There are 52 shut up and take my money. There are 52 other weeks in a year that you do not have to wait till November 1st. Sales this year? Like,
you were completely on mute.
Who?
Hello?
Me?
Yeah, Tyler, did you get anything Jerry said?
Oh, you guys both completely froze.
Okay.
Oh,
Because he was moving, I couldn't hear him, so.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're fine.
You're good now.
Yeah.
Well, what was the last thing you said that?
You don't have to wait till November 1st.
Yeah, you don't have to wait. There's like, so have either of you guys been like tracking like what sales are going on in different stores?
No,
No?
I don't even care.
There aren't
Guitar Center.
There aren't any. I mean, literally, there's no big blowout sales anywhere. There wasn't for Black Friday. There wasn't for Cyber Monday. Nothing. There was not one deal that I said, "Oh, I have to have that." The most I'd seen off on a product, $20 on a normally a $230 product. Oh, it's $210 now. Really, like, seriously, there's not retail. I mean, and they're getting so greedy because the profits and everything, which is a completely separate topic, but. Stand in line between November 1st and December 24th and wait your turn, or go do it some other freaking time. Do it some other time. Don't wait until last minute. Christmas is on the same day every year, guys. Like, so, and I'm so indifferent to buying Christmas gifts. I've been looking a lot more online lately to buy stuff rather than going out to a store and trying to stand in line. I have no idea what I'm getting. Well, I do, but I'm no idea what I'm getting my husband. And, I have one of my brothers for Pollyanna this year, and I have nothing. And it's how many days away? 9 days, 10 days away.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Jerry, what are your feelings after an even longer stint in retail?
I'm just so indifferent to the whole thing.
Okay.
I used to love Christmas, and I feel like, I mean, I still do. I still enjoy it. but I'm so indifferent to the whole gift giving and buying and shopping, and I just wish it could. I tell everybody every year, I don't want anything. Don't buy me anything. Don't go out of your way to spend money on getting me something. You know,
I
I
just had
mean,
that conversation with my mom tonight.
we were at last Thursday. We were at his work's Christmas party, and his boss's wife was sitting next to me at dinner. And she asked me what I wanted for Christmas. I said the same thing I want every year for Christmas: world peace. Give me world peace. Let us work together to create a better world and affect the change that we need to affect so that the earth doesn't decide to scratch all the fleas of the human race off of its body and start all over again like it did with the dinosaurs.
Well, that's not really the greatest analogy, but yeah. Anyway.
The Earth does it. I mean,
right, but that was
recycles
an external event with the meteor and the explosions and the dust, and I mean that wasn't really the Earth deciding that. But anyway, I know what you were going for, but it didn't,
like before we become extinct.
It was like nope, doesn't match up. Anyway, can I just all right, I'm gonna go off on a quick tangent.
Tyler's rant.
This is just a tangent off of the whole Merry Christmas thing, and another reason that how do I do this? There's a certain part of me that just gets so agitated, and this goes back to so many times we've talked about this on the episodes about people being fake and not genuine, and putting on a smile or doing this or saying nice things or any of this kind of stuff, and it just gets so amplified during the holidays, and it drives me absolutely batty. So on Saturday, like I said, last Saturday we had the Christmas party for the kids, all of our close friends. We had 5 kids between all of us, so we had the kids' Christmas, so everybody came over here. The kids got to open up their Christmas presents, have a good time, all that kind of stuff. And so what we decided to do with the parents this year it was, instead of buying everybody all of the parents gifts, so instead of doing an adult Christmas exchange like we normally do, we would just do that for the kids so they could still have their presents, do all of that, because they're all 7 or younger, so they're all still little. Let them have their presents, that's fine. So what we decided to do was, this year we're going to take a different approach. We're not going to we didn't get presents for anybody. And what we did instead was, everybody dropped all the kids off at the grandparents'. We went out all together for a nice dinner. And then we went and volunteered at Feed My Starving Children, which is a local charity here that provides food supplements for children in Africa. And that was actually the picture that I sent you guys on Saturday.
Sure.
That was from that event, because I found out that night that they are a Christian-based organization, which is fine. I don't have a problem going and helping out and doing that kind of work. If it's a Christian organization, that's fine. They're doing a good thing. But the part that really got to me was, as we were there, everybody was at these different stations. They broke people out into teams, and they're working with the food and bagging it up and sealing it and putting it in boxes and all of that so it can be shipped overseas. And there's some groups that are sitting there and they're going through and they're bagging everything up, and they box something up and they're like, box 1, and then they're like, box 2, and they're like counting off like, yay, hurrah for us, and seeing how many boxes they can get through, before the time is up for our volunteering. But then there are this other group that decides, okay, every time that we close up a box, we're going to shout off, Merry Christmas! And I'm just like, really? And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, you guys are here and you're doing this and you're shouting Merry Christmas. And you know what? You guys are going to have a Merry Christmas. You know who's not going to have a Merry Christmas? All these kids across the ocean that are getting this food. I mean, yeah, it's probably going to be better because they're getting this food. But you guys are sitting here at your probably one time in a year where you actually take some time out to go and volunteer somewhere. And why are you volunteering? Is it to help these kids? Maybe, but probably not. You're probably just there so that you feel better about yourself, stuck in the middle of all of this commercialism. Oh, but here, I went and spent some time at Feed My Starving Children, so I did my due diligence. Now I can go ahead and drink a freaking bottle of wine on Christmas Day and get drunk while opening up $700 worth of presents. Like, it was just how fake it was, this cheer that is like, and sure, maybe some of them were genuinely excited to be there, and maybe they do, maybe they do more charity stuff throughout the year. I mean, I don't want to completely jump to conclusions, but there's just that part of society that's so completely enveloped in all of this consumerism and materialism and, quite frankly, just BS. And yet there's children dying all over the world. There's people that are in the midst of wars that are, civilian casualties every single day. There's so much else going on. And we have to deal with long lines at the Apple Store. # first world problems. I'm sorry. That's my rant. It did turn into more of a rant than I thought it was.
Oh, that was beautiful, actually. Yeah,
but
that was great.
If any of that makes sense, so that kind of stuff accompanied with my post-retail PTSD that I suffer from. And I seriously do think that I have some sort of complex, because I freak out at the thought of going to the store during, like, even I had to go to Target the other day on Sunday. I had to go to Target to pick up some stuff to clean around the house. Like, all I had to do was go to the chemical aisles to get household cleaner and garbage bags and stuff, and I tweaked doing that.
Yeah, it's kind of a it's a poop show, isn't it?
So I don't know if you guys have any comments regarding that or any feelings.
And
one way or
people walking around like they're the only people walking around.
Yeah. No, I understand
I was
what
at
you're
Target
saying.
the other day.
Yeah.
I think it was yesterday. I was at Target, and there was this woman. For whatever reason, I could not escape her. I couldn't escape her. I was looking for something, and she's standing. She's got her cart. She's standing with her cart, and it's crossing the aisle so nobody can get by, and she's standing there on her phone. And then I stood there and looked at her until she moved. I didn't say anything. I just looked at her. And then she moved, and then I moved somewhere else, and there she is again. And I moved and she's somewhere else. And then when I got to the register, don't you know, she was the person in front of the person in front of me. I was like, why can't I get rid of this woman?
No, and I understand what you're saying, and it's the people that wherever they're at, they're on a mission, and they're the most important person. They're the only one on the store or in the store that's on a deadline right now. So
right.
Things better move along, and you better get out of their way. But once they're in the way, then no, it's not their problem. And yeah, I know the type of people that you're talking about. So yeah, any other comments criticisms? Any Christmas related?
I do, in a sense. There was a video I saw on Facebook about a congregation that had donated, $1 to their church. I don't know how big the church is, but they got a lot of money because I'm sure people donated more than $1. And they took the money, pulled it together to get their cameras out, by the way, and go to a gas station. Hey, can I fill up your tank for you? Oh, sure. Merry Christmas from XYZ church. I don't remember the name of it. And they would, go to the store. I'm going to buy your groceries for you. Merry Christmas from XYZ church. Everything's filmed. They make a point to say the name of their church. What are they really trying to do? Sure, they're trying to do a nice thing. I get that. But they're trying to get the congregation. But here's a thought. Let's say Positively Godless was a very, very big show. Bigger than we could ever dream, where we have a Patreon and people are donating to us and stuff like that. And we pooled this money together and we said, okay, fans of Positively Godless, send us $1 or whatever you can contribute to our Patreon. We're going to donate that, pool it together, and get our cameras out and fill up people's tanks and say, Merry Christmas from Positively Godless. How do you think that would go over? One, we wouldn't do that. Put it on film, by the way, because don't need to boast. But,
I think we might, just from a candid camera type aspect, to see the reactions from people.
This is the reactions from wait a minute, did you just say Positively Godless? People could say you could shove that money where your butt hurt. No, I said that wrong. You know what I'm saying?
You get a D+ for effort on that.
Thank you. But that kind of bugged me, just like the shouting Merry Christmas for the people giving food. You're helping people, yes, but you're trying to help yourself to fill the seats in your your big mega church.
Right.
That's kind of
and I'm not some guilt for not truly being Christian.
Yeah, well, and I'm not even saying that those people were Christian, or that they were trying to push any sort of agenda, but it was just like this. The attitude that came from it was just like, we're gonna say Merry Christmas because we're doing all this and we're doing our part to give people around the world a Merry Christmas. I mean, there's just so much built into it. But back to this video and doing all of this kind of stuff, I think this thing goes directly... I think it goes directly back to the conversation that we had about the pizza delivery person that went to the church and delivered the pizza, and the congregation gave that big tip.
Right.
And it's in exactly the same vein of, hey, look at us. Look at us doing so much good, while at the same time doing a self-promotion. And goodbye, Scott.
Sorry, wrong. My mic dropped. I'm like, oh crap! I don't know what button to push. So sorry.
So yeah, Jerry, I don't know if you have any more comments about that particular
no
thing.
Okay. No, but I am going to see a Christmas show this year.
You are?
Yes, Mariah Carey's Christmas show.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to go see a Christmas show.
Is she going to do that one song?
All I Want for Christmas Is You?
That's probably the finale.
Probably.
I think it's going to be the last song.
It's like isn't that like one of the top Christmas songs of all time?
Well, yeah, it is. For the last 20 years, it's been like...
But it got beat out.
Scott.
It did. It's second now.
I was in the middle of talking.
Oh,
what are you, Matt Slick?
Oh.
What are you, an atheist or what?
Merry Christmas, Matt.
I can't see you.
Yeah, I can't see you either.
So anyway, yes, Tyler, it is like the top Christmas song of the last 20 years. However, yesterday there was an article, or maybe it was today, I don't remember because I was reading it while I was having breakfast, which I don't usually remember anyway. But there was this article about this one company that tracks Christmas music being played in retail stores. And they tracked this year that All I Want for Christmas Is You was not the most played song in retail stores like it had been in previous years. They tracked that it was Wonderful Christmas Time by the Shins. And so I was curious. It is actually the same song that Paul McCartney did. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Except it is a terrible, terrible version of the song. It literally painfully hurt me to listen to the song. I
don't think I know what this is. I'm going to have to look it up afterwards.
Well, you know the song by Paul McCartney. One of my favorites.
Well, that's what I was talking. Are you talking about the Paul McCartney version?
Scott? Yeah. Or are you talking about the Shins version?
Whatever is beating Mariah Carey version.
Shut up!
Now I get it. Wow.
The Shins version, terrible.
Oh, this trolling moment brought to you by...
Do you want me to do that?
Good.
This moment of positive Godless interrupting Jerry brought to you by Campbell's Soup.
Campbell's Soup?
I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my mind.
All right.
Well,
but it's a good segue.
That is enough about Christmas. We have just one more feature on the show today, and that's a little something called WTF.
Okay, since we're making an edit, did you get
the side
chat?
No. Nope.
My side chat says...
I think my WTF stroke... Oh, cool. Well...
But I'm going to read it anyway, because it's funny.
All right. Are you going to send us anything, or just want to read it to us?
Oh, maybe I'll just video share it, or screen share it.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Why?
You know what happens most time when we video share things? The whole session breaks down and...
It shouldn't, because I'm on El Capitan and it's running like butter.
All right. Like butter.
It's running so smoothly.
All right.
Share screen.
Jerry,
share
it's your WTF. You take it away.
Screen. Elderly lady hospitalized after bedazzling her vagina with granddaughter's arts and crafts kit. I saw all this and I was like, WTF. Now, I don't know if it's real, but it's certainly funny. A frisky 92-year-old great-grandmother, Mildred Van Dolsom, was hospitalized over the weekend after tricking out her vagina with her granddaughter's bedazzle kit. Again, I don't know if it's real, but I got a kick out of it.
Oh, wow.
It's from a website, but that's noneofmybusiness.com.
Well, it's taken from Las Vegas, so it's a good possibility.
Yeah. I mean, we can put the link to the article. People can read it, but...
Enjoy that. Merry Christmas, fans.
Enjoy it. If you like, how do I stop sharing screen? Yeah, so that's why I think it may be fake, but it's kind of funny to read.
I would have fell for that, apparently. Like the Onion story.
Yeah, well, which one was that? Oh, the NRA one.
Yeah, the NRA.
Yeah, so that's it for me.
All right.
I guess I am truly Polish because I fell for that story, and I can't complete a Rubik's Cube even with a video. walk through.
One more thing before we go. Oh Holy Night, we know that's Jerry's favorite song. Tyler, favorite Christmas song?
You know how much I love Christmas.
That's why I asked.
Mine would have to probably be the version of Santa Baby as done by Taylor Swift.
Oh, God.
Imagining her singing that to me while I'm dressed up in my Santa outfit. And she's in a scantily clad Mrs. Claus outfit. Santa Baby. Okay. Sorry, I went off into my own.
So speaking of that, and I know Scott's going to answer, but we all know how much I love Michael Bublé. He did that song on his Christmas album, and I am mad a little bit about that because
Santa Baby or Old Holy Night?
That Michael Bublé did it.
No,
because it's a song where the singer is flirting with Santa Claus.
Sure.
And
well, why can't he be a little bi?
But he doesn't sing it like he's flirting with Santa. Like, every female artist that sings it that I've ever heard is, like, singing it in a flirty, like, almost Marilyn Monroe type of style. And he's just Michael Bublé in it from left to right. Don't get me wrong. I love
which is just a ripoff of Frank Sinatra anyway. So
Michael Bublé is awesome. I love him.
He's just
He's yummy, and I want to marry
knockoff. Him. Don't tell Rich that.
I've told Rich that. I've told Rich that Michael Bublé came and wanted to marry me right now, I would divorce him.
Is he your one pass? Like I get Tay Tay and Scott gets Katy Perry?
I get whatever I want.
Oh, okay then. Scott, your favorite Christmas song?
Your favorite Christmas song?
Favorite Christmas song is the Christmas Song by Nat King Cole. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
On an open fire.
Oh,
yeah.
Scott's nuts roasting on an open fire.
All right. With that, thank you, everybody, for a wonderful year of Positively Godless.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether we're back in a week or 2 weeks, either way, our next episode wouldn't air until 2016 anyway. So this will be our final episode of
2015.
Yep, of 2015. So in all seriousness, and I know I went on that rant, and I really don't like this time of year, and things will get better shortly because it's almost over with. But I would seriously like to thank everybody that has tuned in this year to make the show, even as small as we still are, as successful as it is, because to be 100% honest, I never thought that we would have as many people viewing our show. I seriously thought it was going to be like maybe 10 to 12 views a week. Like
no kidding.
Really did exceed my expectations. So I just want to say, a heartfelt thank you, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
Yes.
You guys? Any final words? Final
to
thoughts?
Piggyback on that, Tyler, I was actually thinking about it yesterday or today that I didn't think we were going to make it past episode 6. I thought we would make it to episode 10 if we were lucky, and then we'll be like, what are we doing? But I'm glad that I started this venture with you guys, and I hope it just grows and becomes a little bit more successful. I mean, we don't have to have 500,000 subscribers, though I would really like a silver YouTube play button.
They make those, really?
Yes, when you get 100,000 subscribers.
Oh, cool.
You get a silver YouTube play button, and I think when you get I think it's 100,000. And then when you get 1 million, I think it's gold. Or something like that. I don't remember.
And
but
we make money.
Yeah, I mean, we would really have to be doing. But
I love how that's Scott's number one point.
I mean,
to
we
give
are
to
up
people.
to. I think at last time I checked, we're up to 360 subscribers. I know that I have 2 of my accounts subscribed to so that's a 358.
I got to get my sock accounts on there.
Oh, jeez.
But so yeah, just pass it along if you like what we're doing. You 85 people who watch consistently. Show your friends, show your family, and maybe I'll show myself. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, I'll say some things. I didn't know where this was going to go either. Whether it be episode 1 or even when we went on our summer break, I didn't know would we be coming back, would we not. I know I wanted to, and I was so thankful that we did. But that's aside. I couldn't do this without Jerry and Tyler at all. It's the chemistry that we have that I think that makes our show great. But again, aside from that, I want to talk about our guests that we've had. We have not had a bad guest. And majority of those guests I consider very, very good friends. I did have a failed attempt to have some surprise guests on, but we couldn't do that. I was going to have them come on, but we didn't work out. But I'm happy to call Rand Campbell a friend. I'm happy to call Matt Slick a friend. Paul Ridgway, we differ, but I'm happy to call him a friend. G-Man unblock me. Just leave it at that. But our fans are amazing. We don't have a lot, but especially Headcase, that you've been with us since day one, and you care so much that it's not just a good show. Here's what I liked, and you go into these paragraphs. Man, we love that. So just thank you, and thank to every one of our friends and fans who been on this ride, and who knows what's going to happen in 2016. We're going to have a good time and continue on. So that's all I have to say about that. So good night.
Good night. My cat's giving me like this evil stare right now.
Good night.
Good night. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
You are Santa Claus.
Thank you for watching Positively Godless. Look at the links below or in the screen or wherever they are. And talk to us. Bye. Stupid. What?
That was awful.
It's still recording.
I'm playing with Rubik's Cube. I'm addicted to this thing. If I could take it to work, I would, but I would never get any work done. I barely get work done now.
You're always busy when we text you.
Well, I always say that I'm busy.
That's just mean.
And the truth comes out.
It's nothing against you, Tyler, I promise.
Exactly.
God, Merry Christmas to you, too. 2000. You can be all right? 2016, you asses better be nice to me.
I'll make that my New Year's resolution. I usually break them by January 2nd anyway.
This one will be no different.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's Hey everybody, welcome to this. Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode. God damn it.
And then he
really
told
long
me.
time for a cup of coffee.
And then he told
I
me.
gotta pee.
Told me no chocolate.
I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we're done.
Scott goes to pee.
Like we're done, right?
Are we done?
And we're back.
Eh?
I gotta pee. I haven't peed yet.
Oh,
Because you know what's gonna happen?
Ladies
I'm gonna
and
come back.
gentlemen.
You're gonna be gone
ladies and gentlemen, Scott goes to pee again.
again.
And we're back.
No, I'm not.
All right,
I gotta.
everybody. Merry Christmas.
Goodbye. Ah,
All
it hurts.
right. Good night, you guys.
All right, good
Good
night.
night.
Bye.